The best drivers under £100. You're in for a treat today. If you're shopping around for a driver this season and you want to grab a bargain, these are the best drivers on the second-hand market at the minute. Now, it's took me quite a few hours and I've comprised a list of the top 4 core drivers, and then as bonuses I've put a low spin one in there if you're a better ball striker. You catch the centre of the face a little bit more and you're wanting that sort of more penetrating, stinging ball flight rather than like a rainbow flight. And then we've also stuck in there a very over-forgiving driver. So basically one with a little bit of offset on it. Somebody who probably fades the ball, needs a lot of help getting the ball up in the air launch-wise. So it's a bit more of a higher spin driver. But we're going to start off with the core drivers. I think the core drivers open up to like a wide range of golfers. So if you're someone sort of progressing from sort of 20 handicap and trying to aspire to get to about 5-6 handicap, it's just aimed at a wide level of golfer. So I would describe a core driver as being like a mid-spin driver, and some of these have got adjustable lofts as well, so you can fine-tune them a little bit. And obviously when you're shopping on eBay or whichever route you go down, then you can obviously choose what sort of shaft flex you want as well. Now obviously I do sort of really recommend custom fitting and stuff like that, but I appreciate it because I've got mates like they don't play a lot of golf, they're just wanting a driver for a few rounds of golf this year, and the custom fit is just not really in their mindset. It's just about getting a driver for £100. That's where we are. So starting in 4th place in the core range is the TaylorMade M4 driver. This was a lovely looking driver. It had the carbon fibre crown, bit of a silver frame on it, and you can get these in great condition for sort of under £100. I've been shopping on eBay, but if you don't class yourself as a confident sort of shopper or you need a little bit of advice, I would always suggest maybe trying like Golf Plus for Cash, Golf Bidder, go down that route where you can get a little bit of advice, or a retailer who stocks second hand. In 3rd place, I feel guilty actually, because on this list I've had 2 out of 4 of these drivers. So in fact, I've had 3 out of 6 of these drivers, which is pretty embarrassing really. But in 3rd place is the Callaway XR16, which I did use, and were a fantastic driver. Again, coming in at under £100. No carbon fibre, so it's pretty much a steel frame driver. So what I would say about that is it's less likely to go wrong. I think any of these carbon fibre drivers, there's always a chance that could break over time. We've seen some, not with the M4 model so much, but with the Sim model where the crowns have popped off. So after so long, and if you live in a boot where it's hot, that can come off. So you have got to be careful. I've done a video where I've shared drivers not to buy. So I would suggest if you don't fancy any drivers off this list, that you go and watch that one to make sure you don't get like a club that had a design fault. But yeah, the XR16, fantastic solid driver, again aimed at such a wide range of golfer as well. In 2nd place, another one I had, and I always remember Spieth having a really good season with this driver, and he was one who inspired me to get it. It weren't, do you know what, I'm going to be brave and say this, I don't think it's longest drive I've ever had in terms of, I remember that season feeling as though I'd lost a few yards, but I gained so much accuracy. It was the Titleist 917 D2, and I definitely feel as though I probably sacrificed 10 yards, but I gained like so much in accuracy, and it was just, it was worth it. And I remember Spieth having a cracking season with that driver, and again, you can get him in fantastic condition for under £100. In 1st place in this category, and the other reason I've given this 1st place is because year after year, Ping only very minutely change their drivers, and it's the Ping G30, and I still think that is a solid driver. If you put that down on the floor and you put the latest G430 at the side of it, I dare say a lot of golfers wouldn't know which one was the newest version. They do very subtly change, and I think with Ping as well, what you're guaranteed to get is a hard-wearing product, and you know, if I were advising my mates on what route to go down, if they had a reasonable price point for second-hand clubs, it would always be Ping, because they've very rarely had any design issues, and they're just bulletproof. They're so hard-wearing, their equipment. You know, I just can't recommend it enough when you're buying second-hand golf clubs. Right, two specials, jokers, I don't know what you call them. But we're going to start off with a Cobra Air-X, which were Cobra's, it weren't in their sort of first line of product. It was something that run alongside it for the sort of really high handicap golfer, newer golfer, somebody that just really struggles launching the ball off the tee. So it's a high spinning driver, comes with a little bit of offset as well. So, you know, that golfer that just slices the ball, you know, 90 to 100% of the time. If they hit it left, that's a miss it. It's not a good strike. You can get these, you know, brand new in the wrapper for 140, 150. You can get a couple £100. I mean, I've been looking on eBay, but there's a few at like 119 quid where, you know, I know it's under 100, but you can make them an offer, and I'm sure they'd take it now that these are being sold new for like 150, 140. And this is a driver I had, and when these came out, these were big money. You were talking in Subzero version, which is low spin head. So this is for you guys that might have played golf, had a few years out of the game, and coming back into golf, or you've just developed as a golfer and you don't want to spend a lot on a new driver. It's the Callaway Epic Subzero. You know, an absolute bomber of a driver. And I remember they actually released, after the Epic, the Rogue. And the Rogue weren't any better. It were actually worse. They'd basically remodeled the Rogue and made it cheaper. Because they made the Epic, they made the ultimate driver. It cost like 600 quid, and I don't think many people could afford it at the time. So they brought the new version out, and they actually like cut costs on it in ways and used cheaper materials. And the Rogues are going for more than the Epics, because people don't know that. They're just shopping for newer version, or thinking that if I get the Rogue, it's a few years newer than Epic, and it'll be better. But the Callaway Epic Subzero driver is an absolute monster, and you can get them for under £100 now, and in really good condition as well. The one on there under £19, and I was actually tempted to buy it. You know what I'm like, an absolute golf perv. I absolutely don't need a driver whatsoever, and I'm even still considering we've got a Break 30 series going, and while we're on that point of Break 30, I had a subscriber, Steve, is it Clark? If you're watching, get in contact with me. You've sent me a set of irons, which I'm going to use in Break 30, but I've only got your address, and I won't mind your number, because obviously I'd like to get them back to you at some stage. So we do a lot of second-hand golf club videos on this channel. The Break 30 series that's going with John Lehman, we're going to be kicking that back off again, where I'm building my dream Sunday golf bag from all time, from sort of like, when I say all time, 1999 onwards, when I sort of were playing golf. So there's some much older clubs than this in there, just because I've chose the golf clubs that I wish I would have had when I were an amateur golfer, when I were a teenage golfer, and I didn't have the ability to play them back then, so I never had them. But you know, like, I'm not going to chuck any names out there, but you'll have to come watch that series if you love second-hand golf gear. Because we're building a bag at the minute with our favourite golf clubs, and I'll tell you what, I get more excited teeing up with them clubs than I do my own. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the videos, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Whilst we can't get out on the course and it's snowing, I mean, I'm looking at snow outside, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos. So if you're looking to buy second-hand golf clubs this year, obviously I can help you make a bit more of a calculated decision. I'm doing some of the work for you. I mean, it takes time, this, you know, I'm not just picking stuff off the top of my head. I'm really going through internet to find out the best product, and I think we'll move on to irons next. We'll move on to sort of good value irons. I mean, I've gone in cheap there with £100 for a driver, and I'm kicking myself a bit thinking, should I do under £200, you know, 100 to 200, because be interested to see what we could get in that price range. But look, listen, I'll be led by you guys. So get in the comments if there's any more second-hand product, you know, advice that you want, and videos, and I'll deliver. Guys, hope you enjoyed the videos. I'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.